find the people who value what you have the most. And I'm sure you've heard this. Have you heard the story of the father and the son with the car?
No.
Okay. So
maybe I have, but I'm not sure if that was enough detail.
No, it's good. It's good. So there's a father who gifts his son an old beat up car. And he says, hey, I don't know if it drives or not, but you can take it down to the dealership down the street, see if you can trade it and get some money. He was like, okay. So he goes down the street, goes to the dealership. They say, we'll give you $1,000 for it. And he hears him out, comes back home. He's like, Dad, they said give me $1,000. He's like, okay. He's like, go to the impound yard where they, break the cars up just for metal. He's like, see what they'll give you. Goes there, and the guy's like, I don't know, this might be $500 of metal. Kid comes back home. He's like, Dad, he said it was gonna be $500. He's like, okay. He's like, hey, go down the street to that antique dealership, see if they've got anything, that used car lot. He's like, okay. So he goes down there, talks to the guy, comes back home, super excited. He's like, Dad, you won't believe it. He was like, this is a historic car. There's only like 10 of them left. He's like, it's worth $100,000. And so the father smiles and he's like, and the lesson I want you to know is that it's not necessarily who you are, but the people that value you the most. And so you can talk to different people and go to the people who value you. And I love that story because it's a huge business story in terms of like sell where the fish are, where the big fish are. Like if you're going to go hook fish, go where the whales are. It takes the same work, but a lot of it's just belief. People don't think it's possible. And so a lot of times you have to just keep leveling up, and you sell your first $10,000 thing, you sell your first $100,000 thing, sell your first multi-million-dollar package. You realize that's the exact same thing. It's just, so maybe if anybody's listening right now, it is the same thing. It's the exact same thing. And sometimes it's easier.
It's normally easier.
Like, you've seen that meme that says like, so what exactly am I going to be getting for this $50 thing, right? Yeah. And then it's like $50,000 clients like wire sent yesterday. Like, what else do you need? Like and that's totally true. But I think there's a skill in understanding where to fish.
Certainly a skill. Information. It's information. It's even knowing that there was another lake over there in part. And that's why like listening to conversations like this is so valuable for people, because it lifts a curtain. And you go, what the fuck? You guys were behind here the whole time partying? That's what my business life has been like. It's like gradually, like I think I heard Kevin Hart describe on Joe Rogan one time where he said, there's this other room where these people are playing this other set of money games.
Yeah.
And then when you get in that room, you're almost pissed off that nobody told you this room existed. But then there's another door.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you get through there maybe a couple of years later and you find these other people, these fucking billionaires that are playing another set of games, and you're going, what? And they're chilling.
Yeah.
They're just smoking cigars. They're not even doing any hard work. And you go, tell me